Hey everyone, big news. I just turned 50 a week from today. Turned 50 on September 7th. I didn't realize it was that big a deal. I mean, I kind of did. 50 is a big number. You know, it's when you're young, that's really, really old. 30 is old, 40 is really old, and then there's 50, which is really, really, really old. It's old. I'm here now, and I don't think it's that old, but it's old enough, and it's definitely a landmark. Leading up to my birthday, I was starting to feel weird things. I was getting memories pop up. I had one or two, maybe two emotional breakdowns during the week, things that I hadn't thought of since I was a child, which were insane, revelations of sorts. But aside from that, I tend to not celebrate my birthday. Now, for the last few years, it just was a thing because as a child, I wasn't celebrated like that. And I want to make sure to differentiate this. Like, obviously, my parents would wish me a happy birthday, I think. And as we got older, we did have a custom, a ritual where on our birthdays, I think in our 20s over, we'd have a dinner with the family. So I definitely want to make sure to point that out. I'm not saying that I didn't get at least some sort of moment to celebrate me and with the family, which I love. And now in the last 10 years, probably it's less of that because of my father's attack and just the circumstances within the family just being kind of tricky and sticky. But I've never had a party to celebrate me where we brought friends and family. And as a child, I really wanted it. I did, of course, because other people were getting it. And I know now that my parents couldn't afford it. It really is that simple. And then on top of that, I don't think they knew what that looked like. And I think just the idea of bringing my friends together would have been fantastic. Hey, a little cake, or hey, come hang out for the birthday, whatever. But as I got older, I made it a thing to where I would not celebrate my birthday. I would intentionally remove the birthday from my Facebook, for even example, to remove it so that way nobody would even know that it's my birthday. That's how far out I would go. And then I started like looking inside and realizing I actually kind of want people to tell me at least happy birthday. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. But my girlfriend of 6 years now, my fiance of 6 years, or not, she's not been a fiance for 6 years, but my girlfriend of 6 years, has been asking. She wants to celebrate me. She loves me. She thinks I'm a good human. She wants to bring my people together. And I've declined. I've, in fact, demanded that she not do anything. Don't even surprise me because I will be mad. But this year, 6-7 months ago, beginning of the year, something came to me and I said, you know what? I do want a birthday. Let's do it. Let's have a birthday party. Let's make me a big deal. And boy, did she ever. She ran with it. She planned it front to back. It was an amazing experience. She had me picked up in a Mercedes, an old 1933, 1934 long Mercedes that she negotiated with someone. Like the fact that she found it and then it had me chauffeured over there in it, got me all dressed up. Her family was here over the weekend, so they got to participate. And at the party, she made it a magnificent experience. You got a big ass TV in the entrance as you come towards the entrance when you come in, so you can use it as a photo opportunity. We had photographers, had 2 DJs, had bartenders, had my family, close family and friends of about 80 to, I think overall maybe 80 showed up. 120 were invited, 100 RSVP'd. I think it was 80 showed up. And it was a fantastic, fantastic experience. One that I've never felt before. Part of me feels a little ashamed to like try to celebrate me after like all this. But then there's another part of me that says, dude, you deserve it. You deserve to be honored. I deserve to be honored. I've built these relationships, and why should they not come together? And the fact that they came, the fact that you came, if you're watching this video, is magnificent to me. It makes me feel incredibly emotional. Again, I tend to be, if you haven't already noticed on this channel and on this podcast, I'm a very emotional dude. But at the same time, I'm also on point. Like when it's time to show up, or if I'm performing, say I'm doing like some type of workshop, or if I'm on the job, I'm not going to get sentimental. I'm probably the most stoic person in the room. And I was actually curious to know if I was going to get emotional or if I was going to be more performing in a sense, because I had so many people there and I had to bounce around. And I have confirmed, because this is after 2 or 3 parties where I would have regularly got emotional if I'm just being, but I didn't. Only a couple of times when I was on the microphone, doing a little announcement, and I started to mention people in the room. Only then did I get nervous. Then did I get emotional. Didn't cry or anything, but I could feel my and I'm not even embarrassed by it. It's not because I'm trying to keep you down. It's because there's a job to be done. There's people here that are eating. They came a long way to connect. So I'm bouncing around. So I never felt like I was going to bawl or anything like that. Today's episode of Becoming Better Ancestors is brought to you by me. That's right, TV the Marketer, founder of Rockstar.Marketing, where we help small businesses stop being invisible and start becoming unforgettable. That's what you are. If you run a local business and you're tired of throwing money away on ads that don't work, or worse, trusting your cousin's friend who does marketing on the side, it's time to call in the pros. We do digital advertising, video marketing, AI integrations, and strategy that actually gets results. No fluff, no excuses, just ROI. Head on over to www.rockstar.marketing. It's a real thing. And let's make some marketing magic happen. My daughter did do she kind of had to do a little improvisational speech of sorts where she had to kill time as champagne glasses were being passed around and cake. And watching her do her thing and then speak and share some thoughts and kind of note the fact that most of these individuals in the room had watched her and her sister grow up, so she has a personal bond with them. Then she got emotional. I got emotional. She said, like, I'm getting emotional. Then I did get emotional. The party itself was a fantastic demonstration for me of the life that I've built. There's so many good people in the room. In fact, one of the challenges that I gave the people is like, reach out to each other. Just, you have an opening line. You have an opening line of dialogue to use. It's like, how the hell do you know TV? What's the dumbest thing he's ever said to you? What's the smartest? What kind of impact has he made on your life? Or how do you know each other, right? So there should be no strangers in the room. Please talk to each other. It's really normal at birthday parties for that to be a thing. At any parties, like the various groups we start self-segregating, which is the weirdest thing, but it's such a human nature thing that we do. We find comfort in people that look like us, sound like us. Old people. There was an older people table, sorry. There's my family group, there was the dancer group, there was the Latino group, there was the African American group, but then there was also that were mixing, and I was it. Oh my God, I have so many friends from so many parts of the world, and for me that was fantastic. I also loved it that my family got to witness that they got to see the life that I have built and the friendships that I have. It's funny because the next day, my sister sent some pictures from like 25 years ago, from the year 2000, when we had a little party where we did have a couple friends come over. Big Mike was in the room and another friend was there. And my nephew, who was 3 or 4 at the time, wanted a party. He insisted on having a party, and so we threw a little party for me. That makes me feel bad though, because she did throw a little party. Okay, sister, I'm sorry. You threw a party for me. I love you. It was a little party, but it was a party nonetheless. And that was all the friends I had. Essentially, that was my core group. I had 2 guys. So fast forward 25 years and I have like this room full of humans, and it was good. It was a good, landmark. I think it's good for people, allow people to give, I guess, and a couple of people actually said this to me, allow people to give you your flowers, to commemorate you and the impact. And it was good to have people tell me that, because sometimes I don't know about you, but me, I wonder what I've done with my life. Has it even mattered? And a handful of people told me that I do, that I've had a major influence on their life, that I've navigated, or they've come to me and I've helped coach them up a little bit, or encourage them in their various endeavors. Because I'm a big cheerleader. I didn't have that growing up, and I know that I would have loved it. So whenever I meet someone and they're telling me what they're thinking, what they could do or not do, I try to encourage them one way or another. Encourage them to pursue the passion, to pursue this little dream that they might have, to pursue whatever it might be. as long as obviously reasonable, I try to encourage them, try to give them the pitfalls if necessary. But worst case scenario, I tell them just try. That's what life is about. And people gave me that note on a couple of occasions like that. I had a major impact on their life. I walked away with a ton of liquor, a lot of bourbon because it was on the list. And that was crazy. I might open up my own bar. It's kind of an idea I have, is having a bar and a dance studio place where we could bring in dancers and bring in musicians as well to dance and to connect through music and dance and culture. That's on the side. One thing I noticed for myself, and something I want to share with you guys, is the next day, I felt a little different. I was curious of what that would feel like. It's one thing to feel something, it's another thing to do something. So I've been feeling something come up, and it's been going on for a while. Like, I feel like there's more to my life. Obviously, I've hit this mark. I've hit basically all my goals that I had when I was 20, 30, and 40. Like, I've blown them away. By most accounts, I'm very successful, and I am, and I'm really happy. Like, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I am a very, very happy little man. I have my challenges. I have my dreams and goals. I'm getting married. I'm gonna have children. This is crazy. So I have all these other things, but I am very happy. I have a beautiful life, and that there's been these things bubbling, and I'm curious as to what's next, right? What's the next level to this entire thing called life? I don't know what that is just yet. I'm still working on that. Like, I'm still working my job, exploring. I'm in, what do they call it? Research and development, R&D. Is it research and development? I think so. I'm in R&D mode where I'm trying different things and trying to figure out where I'm going to move the business, where I'm going to move my mind, where I'm going to move my efforts, my capital. But one thing that came up is, oh, wait, let me see. I want to take a more primary role in being the elder in the family and being the older one in the family, and which is crazy. So I reached out to all my nephews and nieces, and basically said, hey, I love you. Not all of them, I'm sorry. Some of them. I'm going to reach out to more still. I have some more I'm going to reach out today. Tell them I love, whether they were there at the party or not, some were, some were not. As I love you. I want to get to know you better. I think the truth is we don't know people well. We might know a cousin, hell, even our siblings. We might know them, but we don't know them, if you know what I mean. So we might know them at surface level, run into them at parties, hang out, maybe make a few jokes, talk about sports, but we don't know what they're going through. Depth as opposed to width, like going deep into, knowing each other, having the opportunity to know each other, creating those conversations. Because when you're at parties, you can't go deep. You got people running all around, children, in-laws, parents, whatever, kids. You don't know each other. And I want to change that. I want to create a culture especially within my family and my circle, where we go deep, where they go deep if you want to, knowing that you have a connection to me. So for my nephews, nieces, reaching out and saying, hey, I'm a resource. Lean into me a little bit. Ask me questions. The key being, I need you to ask. I'm not just going to be preaching to you. That's one thing I've always avoided, because I don't want to be that preachy uncle that says, you should be doing this, and in my generation, that's what's wrong with it. That's a bunch of crap, frankly. But letting them come to me, creating that connection, being first where I go to them. Well, I'm trying to establish this connection, and then opening up the pathway for dialogue, the connection for dialogue. I'm an open book. I've lived a lot of life at this point, and I'm going to live much more. I have a lot of lessons, and if you ask the right question, you're going to get anything from me. Frankly, I have things that I'm not proud of, but at the same time, not ashamed that I've done in my life, because I made some mistakes. I feel like there's value in that. And that's the big lesson that I really wanted, big point I wanted to make to them is like, hey, I wish I had someone like me, to advise, or just say, hey, old man, I have this thing that I'm thinking about. Is it something I should consider? And obviously then walking them through that, like, well, maybe, yes, no. And that's on me to create that, expose them to different things, expose them to the world in a way that most of us are not exposed to until later in life. So, that I think is something I really want to push more, because for the most part, I was telling my girlfriend this, I used to really love when my calendar is like really empty. It's just me, it's just me doing my work and being happy. But this particular week, especially after my 50th birthday, it's slammed. I had so many conversations with so many people, and then I also sent thank you notes to everyone that was at the party. Little thank you voice notes to obviously show a little more appreciation. It's not a parting thank you. Hey there, it's me again. This episode, in case you forgot, of the Becoming Better Ancestors is sponsored by yours truly. I'm TV, the guy behind Rockstar.Marketing. We help purpose-driven businesses go from best kept secret to everybody's talking about them, using digital ads, compelling video, and marketing that actually works. If you got a message that matters but need help getting it heard, we should talk. Head over to www.rockstar.marketing and let's make you impossible to ignore. So yeah, and then I also extended that out to my in-laws. The family I'm about to marry into, my girlfriend's family. I think, and this is with everyone, by the way, the only way that, chisme, gossip goes around and stories get created about the other people. Oh, they don't like me. Oh, she thinks he's better than me. Oh, he got mad at me. Oh, all these things these stories, these tensions can only be created and can only live in the dark and when there is no connection. What I mean by that is, if we don't have a one-on-one connection, then you don't really know me. You like I said, you run into each other at parties. You go, maybe you hang out, but it's in large groups. You don't have a one-on-one connection, a one-on-one relationship. And understanding each other's story. Like, where do I come from? Where do you come from? What have you been through? How did you survive this? Right? Knowing each other a little more intimately. If you don't know that, then it's easier to start creating stories and inventing just stories about what the other person's thinking. Oh, that person this. And I'm not a fan of that. I don't care to participate. I don't want to get to a place with everyone in my family, in-laws as well as my sisters and my cousins and my nephews and their in-laws. I want them to know me, know my story, so that this is kind of what I really have taken away from, like, as I've come to this place. This is like one of those big, lessons is all that drama can only exist if you don't have the guts to talk to each other and sit down and then get to know each other. It can be intimidating, of course, but it's not supposed to be that. It's just humans talking and getting to know each other. So if you don't, then it's easier for that stuff to live. And the last piece to this is, and if you have a relationship with each other, if there is a connection, a bond of some sort, some level of transparency and vulnerability, if that exists between people, then we can each easily go to each other and say, hey, bro, you said this thing that really bothered me. Or what did you mean by that? Can you explain that? We can actually have those conversations as opposed to leaving and then creating this fictitious story about what a person said, what they meant, and how insulted or offended you are, and then start blah, blah, blah. And that, to me, that's silly, foolish, and it doesn't really help the relationship and the family. And I hate it. I just hate it. I'm not going to participate. So I'm doing this to talk to everyone imaginable, and create those within my family and within my partner's family to make sure that we all understand where TV is. Because I'm many things. I'm not perfect, but at the same time I'm perfectly me. But I may say things that may offend. I may say stories. I get it. I'm older and obnoxious at times. And I'm kind of a jokester too. So I may say things. And sometimes I need to I'd rather somebody tap me on the shoulder, say, yo, let's sit down. Can we talk? Cause I have something to talk to you about. You said that thing, or you did this thing, whatever that may be. We can talk. We have open dialogue. I just think for the most part, that's what's missing. So what ends up being done is we start just gossiping, and screw that. Anyways, that's my big realization. I'm having so many conversations with so many people and realizing that I've been bottling myself up. Now my calendar's pretty full. Conversations really fulfill me in many ways. I get to know people, their worldview, what they've been through, understanding how they move and why they move the way they do. And to me, that's insightful, because now if I understand, then I can have more grace and not be such a jerk. I don't think I am, but less of a jerk. That's it, guys. And my challenge to you is, first is look inside in the relationships where you might have some tension. Is there a line of communication? Is there vulnerability other than, and obviously there might be communication, you might be arguing. So that's a line of communication, but it's one that's not actually yielding a positive result. Are you understanding each other? Are you understanding each other's story, where you came from, how you grew up, how you developed your mindset, your worldview? And those are the conversations that I think can really, knowing those things, because you can see it in movies. Once you know a person's backstory, like, oh, I get it, blah, blah, blah. Even evil people in the movies get a pass, the villains, because now you know their backstory. Like, oh my God, that makes sense, right? Let's do better is what I'm saying. Kind of create those opportunities with your people. And honestly, if you can't create that, fine, I wanted to hear, and you're in a situation where you have to, like, the other person just refuses to, then at some point you just have to cut that relationship off, or keep it at a distance, because there are individuals like that, right? I have some of those in my family that are toxic and hateful and mean-spirited, and the idea of having a conversation when you're trying to get to know each other is stupid to them. And that's fine. I get it. That's their opinion of how I think people should move in the world as far as they see it. And you know what? I'll honor that and I'll step away. I can't force my will or my presence on people. So just step away lovingly. It's okay. So, 50 years old, I'll be sharing more stories about this pocket that I'm in. My parents are 80-ish, and I've talked about them in the past. There's more around that, as well as my girls. They're in their 20s. My parents are in their 80s, and I'm in the 50 gap. A lot of you men out there, parents, know what that feels like, and try to navigate that. And you have these two people and these two groups that depend on you or need you in some way, and you're trying to figure out your crap, right? All right. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is TV, and that's that. Be good. Make sure to watch this video. I don't know what it's about, but I'm sure it's fantastic if you want to continue down this rabbit hole of TV-isms. Until next time, this is the Becoming Better Ancestors podcast. I appreciate you, and you have a good day.
Bye.